How old were you then?
I was, how old was I? I was 1967, end of summer of 67, so I was 21.
21.
Anyway, both of those were, Fillmore and Avalon were selling the posters. I thought, this looks interesting, so I went to see them both, and I convinced them I was the biggest poster seller in England, because I was really fascinated by this artwork, and came back with a contract to sell Fillmore and Avalon posters in England, actually in Europe as it happens. And I then really felt that music was kind of in my soul and this is what I wanted to do. And I got back to England and I told my parents I was kind of having a year off, and then I was going to finish my course, which was quite normal, and they didn't really understand and kind of accepted it. I was looking in the Evening Standard one night and it said partner wanted for poster company, and I thought, there you go, I've got my contracts, I'm off. So I go down to Kensington Market, which then was that whole vibrant Carnaby Street had started. Kensington Market had opened, the whole thing of Bieber and Bus Stop, all these really famous iconic names, the whole change of fashion and style had all started in that period. And met this chap, and I went into business with him, starting to sell posters. And I did that for about 9 months, and part of the portfolio that this company's called Big O, it's quite a famous poster company, had was that it used to supplement funds to 2 underground magazines. One was called International Times and one was called Oz Magazine. And there was Oz Magazine was a real funky underground magazine. It was run by 2 Australians and an English bloke, and the English guy who's also done brilliantly well, called Felix Dennis. He now is a multi-squillionaire in publishing, whatever. And they published 2 issues, one of which they got busted by the police for obscenity, and they were trying to raise funds to pay for the lawyer, who was John Mortimer, another famous writer and lawyer. And they said to me, and I was always going on about music and what I did at university, blah, 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 and they said, okay, can you put on a show and raise some money for us? So I'm being drawn back into music again, and 2 things happened. One, there was a show at Alexandra Palace called the 14-Hour Technicolor Dream, which was raising money for International Times. And the second was a show called Peace on Earth at Olympia, which was raising money for Oz Magazine, which is a Christmas show. And these 2 shows were quite iconic shows. One, the Olympia one, had Jimi Hendrix and the Animals, and the Alexandra Palace had people like the Pink Floyd and the Pretty Things and Hawkwind and Lord knows what. And Yoko Ono was working on this Alexandra Palace event, and I kind of met up with her and got to know her quite well. So all the way through, my interest started off was marketing, perfumery, cosmetics. This whole fashion and music explosion all took place in the 60s.